In a world where Igor and Lyra's paths crossed at work, they developed a unique bond over 2 years. Fate had an intriguing twist in store for them as Igor ventured into the world of business, while Lyra embraced a different path, distancing herself from those she perceived as ruthless and monstrous businessmen. The mere mention of business sent shivers down Lyra's spine. She associated it with the ostentatious new Russians donning their red jackets, masking the scent of blood and tears with expensive fragrances. Her heart couldn't help but feel disdain for their ways. Beyond the discrepancies in their career choices, age separated Igor and Lyra by 10 years, and she was already married to an average man from the post-Soviet era. Although her husband was responsible and took care of household chores, Lyra yearned for the simple gestures of affection and attention that were missing in her life. Despite these unfulfilled desires, she believed she was fortunate compared to her friends. The thought of everything remaining as is might have carried her through life, if not for one fateful night. A sudden and intense pain struck her heart, jolting her awake. Seeking relief, she turned to valerian drops, but her mind was restless, burdened by dreadful thoughts. The pain persisted, yet a deep-rooted fear held her back from seeking medical help. This fear felt primal, animalistic, and it gnawed at her soul. Struggling to contain her emotions, Lyra eventually confided in her husband, hoping for solace and reassurance. Instead, his response was pragmatic, devoid of the affectionate comfort she longed for. His casual dismissal of her worries left her feeling unloved and alone, like an isolated figure in an icy wasteland. The next morning, Lyra woke up in a haze of detachment, feeling as if life was slowly seeping out of her. The weather outside mirrored her emotional turmoil, with snow and rain creating a melancholic symphony. The sound of raindrops tapping on the window pane seemed to echo within her, sending shivers down her spine, an icy reminder of her inner turmoil. In a twist of fate, Lyra found herself dialing Igor's number without intending to, only snapping back to reality when she heard his friendly and joyful voice on the other end. Their connection was instant, and he recognized her from just one word, expressing his delight at hearing from her. Feeling the need to talk, Lyra hesitated but finally agreed to meet at a nearby cafe. As she arrived, Igor greeted her with a warm smile that seemed to shield her from any pain or hardship. With him, she felt safe and understood. She confided in him about her struggles, her soul feeling as cold as ice, unable even to shed tears. In a comforting display of affection, Igor held her hand gently, assuring her that he would take care of her. He immediately took her to a clinic, and after thorough examination, it was revealed that her fears were unfounded. Relief washed over Lyra, and she wondered why she had panicked in the first place. Afterwards, they went to Igor's cozy apartment, filled with books, mirrors, and flickering candlesticks, exuding an air of romance and mystery. Together, they savored dishes from various cuisines, sharing laughter and playfulness. As the night progressed, their connection grew stronger, and they surrendered to their desires. Igor's touch was tender and sweet, his words whispered like a secret between them. The passion they shared brought Lyra to new heights of pleasure, and in the intimacy of the moment, she confessed her longing for him. Igor, cherishing their connection, gently reminded her to savor each moment, taking their time together as they embarked on a journey of love and intimacy. As the morning light gently streamed through the window, she found herself waking up in his arms, unsure of how she had drifted into slumber. Upon realizing the time, she was startled by the realization that she had spent the entire night there. Oh my God, she exclaimed as she woke. It's already morning. I've been here all night. Memories of the previous night came rushing back, and she felt a wave of confusion engulf her. Igor, understanding her state, reassured her. I'm here, he said, sinking down on the rug beside the bed. You weren't yourself, Lyra. I just wanted you to find your balance. If you need more time, you'll decide later. Feeling the need to return home, Lyra declined breakfast and hurriedly dressed. She was filled with mixed emotions and uncertainty as she slipped out the door. Lyra, Igor called after her, concerned. I can give you a ride. No, thank you, she replied, her mind in turmoil. Call me, he urged. Yeah, maybe, she replied, leaving with a sense of hesitation. For a month, Igor eagerly listened to the phone calls, hoping to hear from Lyra. Every evening, he rushed home from work, leaving his clothes untouched as he checked the answering machine. But among the numerous messages, her voice remained absent. Maybe she mistook it for someone else, he wondered anxiously. No, that's impossible. Maybe she's seeking a friendship, and she doesn't need me as anything more. Perhaps she's content with her own husband. Despite his uncertainties, he held on to the promise she made to call. Then, unexpectedly, the long-awaited moment arrived. The doorbell rang, and when he opened the door, there stood Lyra. She had a bag on her shoulder and a small suitcase in her hands. I'm here for good, she said, meeting his gaze. May I? Lyra, Laroshka, he simply replied, pulling her into a tight embrace, knowing that their connection had transcended the uncertainties of the past.
Thank you for watching. I hope it was interesting. See you in the next story. Goodbye.